Utah, and let's get this out of the way right off the bat. No, I'm not Mormon, and a lot of people, they say this, they go, it must be hard living in Utah when you're not Mormon, and I'm like, yeah man, it sucks when other people rake your leaves for you, and snow blow your driveway, and bring you casserole when you're sick. No, it kicks ass to live in Utah if you're not Mormon. Okay, we got Mormons here tonight? Give it up if you're Mormon. Of course not, because it's Atlanta. Of course not. And here's the thing. It kicks ass to live in Utah if you're not Mormon, as long as you're not afraid of him. It does. It's awesome to be there. I'm not afraid. I'll go next door. I'll be like, bing bong, hey, how you doing? I'm Greg. I'm your non-Mormon next door neighbor, and I was just wondering if you knew anything about sprinkler systems and have some problems. Next thing I know, I'm a service project for the Elders Quorum. Problem solved. I love it. I love living out there. And not only am I not Mormon, I have a hard time believing in God at all. And a lot of people are like, Greg, what hurts your heart to make it hard for you to believe in God at all? And I'll tell you what hurt my heart. I'm an accountant. That's what hurt my heart. Is I'm an accountant. You don't understand how badly being an accountant F's with you spiritually. Okay, it F's with you, and yes, I did just say F's, because I'm from Utah and I've assimilated. It F's with you spiritually. Like, you know that question that doubters ask, they're like, well, if God exists, then can he create a rock that's so big that he himself can't lift it? Forget that question. That is the question you need to be asking is this, is if God exists, then can the IRS create a tax code that is so complex that God himself cannot understand it? And the answer is yes! The answer to that is yes, and that's what F's with you! Because people expect me to understand something that God can't understand! Okay, here's how screwed up the United States tax code is. Okay, this is a sentence lifted directly from our tax code. It says this, it says, the scholarship exclusion does not apply to any non-child qualifying child. What the hell is that supposed to mean? What the? Non-child qualifying child? That doesn't make any better sense after you've had some non-alcoholic qualifying alcohol, which we do sell in Utah. We do, and they use words in the tax code that you never hear anywhere else. That a valid deduction for the estate tax is any palimony payments. Palimony! What did you look at that word? It looks like a made-up word. It looks like bromance. And there's a natural progression. Okay, it starts with bromance. It moves to a proposal, and then to holy matrimony, and then to divorce, and then to palimony. And that's what it fucking means. That's what it means. The IRS estimates that there's going to be 144 million tax returns filed this year. 144 million, holy hell! That's crazy, especially when you realize that only like 1 in 1,000 of those people has any possible chance of getting into Jehovah's Witness heaven. But you guys don't shit on the Jehovah's Witnesses out here? We do in Utah all the time. We just shit all over those guys. A lot. A lot. So, the PCAOB, the Public Company Accounting Oversight Board, that's not important. They identified a transaction that they're worried about. They had to identify it and name it. They named this new type of transaction. They call it a Chinese reverse merger. That's what they came up with. Okay, am I the only person to whom Chinese reverse merger sounds racist? Okay, but now I feel totally comfortable at work just randomly shouting out, Chinese reverse merger, and everybody has to stand up and run around the boardroom table. Backwards, actually, to do it according to regulation. That's what it is. Or it just sounds derogatory, too. It's like, hey, man, how did the meeting go with the clients? Ah, that wasn't a fucking meeting. That was a Chinese reverse merger, man. And then the weird thing is, don't Google it because it's a freaky sexual position too. But I'm a CPA. I passed the CPA exam, and one of the things that I found out is that there's an additional designation that I can earn, and that is called an advanced degree in Islamic finance. Yeah. What the hell is different about Islamic finance than any other fucking finance in the world? Okay, I hope that if someone does earn an advanced degree in Islamic finance, that they can finally answer the age-old question of whether or not a suicide bomber is properly categorized as an employee or as inventory, because that's a mind twister to get around. And if you can categorize them as inventory, I sure as hell hope that you can expense them using the FIFO method. It's an inventory valuation joke. Guys, I'm Greg Kite. Thank you so much. That was a good time for me.
All right. Right.
I've never heard someone yell at the IRS except for that guy, Matthew Lesko, with the Riddler outfit. You can save on your taxes.